We're talking houses this morning, the real estate market here in town, with Eric Tidmore, who is with 1% Lists Chattanooga, a company where the name says it all. Just what it says, you list people's houses for 1%.
That is correct, 1% listing fee, full service.
Full service, so what does that mean exactly?
Full service, we handle coming to the house, we handle expert pricing, staging suggestions. If we have some small repairs that need to be done, we can coordinate that with contractors that we have a great relationship with. As we move, once we're under contract with a potential buyer, we move through home inspections, negotiate home inspections, then comes the appraisal. If we have an appraisal issue, we negotiate the appraisal. We also manage all showings as we move through the transaction, hand in hand till the day we walk out of closing with your funds.
When you say if there's an appraisal issue,
Correct.
What do you mean? Because you don't get to choose your appraiser. You get to choose your home inspector and that type of thing.
That is correct. It is round robin. That way, there is no coercion. It's automatically generated who the appraiser is going to be, but value. Generally, the contract is contingent on value, not square footage. So if you think you may have a square footage issue, the agent needs to dig deep, make sure the square footage is the square footage, but the value of the appraisal being low.
Okay, so what do you do in a situation? Because I remember that being a nail biter as the seller, hoping that appraisal comes in for your asking price.
It can be a tough one, and it was really, really, really bad in late 2020, 21, 22. So in the event that we do have an issue, I go back, I pull comps. Basically take that appraisal, tear that appraisal apart, and look for issues. Did they have the correct square footage?
Okay.
I'll look at the houses that they have used as comps in that appraisal. Did we get value for our extra half bath? Did we get the correct value for our garage?
And then you do an appeal?
That is correct. That is correct.
And how long does that appeal take?
Generally within about 5 days.
So it's not a very lengthy process?
No, not at all. Not at all. It does not slow closing down.
Okay.
Typically we can get that done fast enough that if it goes our way, we're in good shape.
Okay, so let's talk about days on the market. What's the standard these days?
54 days on the market.
Okay, that's pretty quick.
It is. It's
manageable.
When I started in real estate, it was about 60 days. That was many, many years ago.
So you do a lot with your contracts with your clients where you don't ask them to sign on for a very lengthy time.
That is correct. We do 90-day agreements. So the contract length is 90 days. The reason for that is at day number 91, you get a free do-over. You go back out on the websites as a fresh listing. All of the realtors that have put search criteria in the MLS or their websites, it goes out brand new. So if someone missed it on the first time around, a lot of times they see it on the second time around.
So you're saying that if someone lists their house with you and it's 36 days in, and somebody takes a look at their house, they're going to see 36 days on the market.
That is correct.
But if they re-sign with you on the 91st day, it's going to show 1 day on the market.
We still have cumulative days on the market, but it actually does show as a new listing. And the advantage of that on all the websites, it shows new listings. It shows at the top of the search criteria for whatever zip code you're searching.
Okay, speaking of zip codes, where are you able to help people? Are you Tennessee specific? Do you go into North Georgia?
We do North Georgia. We travel an hour from our office.
Okay.
We're located in East Ridge, and we travel an hour. We do Spring City, Dunlap, Dayton, Dalton, all of North Georgia, and of course.
Are you seeing any type of trend? You mentioned if there's some work to be done, you can help people find contractors and that type of thing.
Absolutely.
Are you seeing people now, buyers who are almost looking for houses that they can fix up themselves?
Absolutely. 3 contributing factors to sell your home: price, condition, and location. Location meaning, is it on a busy street? Does it have a view? What neighborhood? Is it neighborhood specific where someone is just searching in a neighborhood? We run across those clients all the time. Condition, does it need a roof? What's the age of the HVAC? Or does it just need updating? Does it just need, some carpet pulled out, some fresh paint?
But I would think a lot of buyers are aware that prices are already higher than they were a few years ago.
Absolutely.
They might be more interested in putting the work into their new home over time, but keeping their mortgage costs low than having that on the front end and then having to uppay.
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity for that sweat equity. Buy a house that needs updating, over 4, 5, 6 years, your home's still appreciating.
And then the seller still gets the benefit because they're not putting the work in up front either.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's back to that condition.
Right.
You know, depending on the condition, that reflects the price.
Well, here is where you can find Eric and his team. It's 1% Lists Chattanooga. Sell41.com is their website, but if you want to give them a call, it's 355-LIST. That's 355-5478. 54 days from now, your house could be sold.
Absolutely.